If there was one thing you wish women understood better about men, what would that be?
Why do they like suck bitches? They act worse than women. Men tend to act
Why are
worse
they
than
cheaters?
women.
Why are guys
They're
cheaters?
dumb.
Okay,
Why are men such cheaters? Right, except women actively choose men who are cheaters. And here's the reason why. The reason is because of this thing called hypergamy. So women want superior men. So in our modern society, 95% of men are unattractive. The top 5% of men are attractive. And so what happens is basically all women, not all, but a large percentage of them, they're all chasing and competing for those top 5% of men. But what happens to those top 5% of men is that they have so many options that they never commit to just one. They are cheaters by design because they have so many options. So it's absolutely ridiculous for the woman to say, why are men such cheaters, when they're actively selecting the men that have the most options, which makes them cheaters.
I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why are men expected to be monogamous? Do you think monogamy is natural or learned behavior?
Oh, okay, well, I'm going to answer this one. Monogamy is actually not. Monogamy is not the way. Men are polygamous. Women are serially monogamous. So what that means is that men want to sleep with as many women as possible. Women want the absolute top man until he stops being the top man. Then they want to jump to the next man, which is called branch swinging, right? So different strategies. But basically, in the modern world, in 2022 dating, what happens is women want maximum freedom with minimum responsibility. They want men to be maximally controlled and them to be maximally free. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios. I'm here, of course, with another reaction video. Please remember, if you're liking the channel, if you're new, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, like, comment on the video. If you'd like me to comment on any compilation or video, or if you'd like me to comment maybe on a Reddit post, send them to theheliosblog@gmail.com. All right, let's move on.
I think it's their behavior.
Learned behavior.
So then why are men expected to not cheat?
I love their reaction. If monogamy is learned behavior, why are men expected not to cheat? Do 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 do. These girls have no idea. So the reason is because if men don't cheat, it maximizes women's strategy, right? It allows them to get the best genes possible while also not having that guy be able to be poached by another girl. That's why. They just don't know why. They instinctively want the top guy to commit only to them, but they don't know why they want that. But that's why they want that.
Because they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is putting a moralistic judgment on biological behavior, right? That is a social construct, right? Saying they shouldn't. Right, that's saying that it's wrong somehow for men to follow their biology. And of course it is. Women are on Team Woman. They're on the sisterhood's team. So of course they would want for men to be maximally controlled and to not cheat. And for it to be like, fully allowed for women to do what they want, but not allowed for men to do what they want. Of course. Logically.
It's not good. They wouldn't like it if we do it.
Have either of you ever lied to a woman in order to get laid?
Yes. Yes.
Why did you not tell?
Indeed. And it's very common for men to lie in order to get laid. Now, personally, men, here is what I believe in. I don't believe you should lie. I believe you should be straight up. I believe you should work on being a superior man. And then just be straight up. Just say, I'm not monogamous. I will never commit. And if you're not okay with that, whatever, and just move on to the next girl. Once you've had a certain amount of partners, it doesn't matter anymore, right? This whole like doing whatever to get laid. So that's what I would recommend personally.
Tell the truth.
Because the truth probably would have stopped me from getting laid.
How about you?
Honestly, that's a tough question because I probably lied about something little that so ended up getting me laid.
Okay. Do you think that's leading somebody on?
No.
I mean, lying to somebody to get laid is definitely leading them on. Usually what men lie about is, lying about having higher status or higher money or whatever. And the reason is because you want women's hypergamy, right? To think of you as higher than maybe you actually are. Yeah, that's basically the premise behind pickup artistry, right? Is pretty much lying about who you are in order to get laid. Now, you don't have to, though. You can organically become a superior man, and then you don't have to lie, right? So.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. You think it's easier for a man to seduce a woman or for a woman to seduce a man?
Okay. Before they answer, I'm going to predict. I love this question. I'm going to predict. They're going to say it's equally easy or equally hard. They're going to say it's hard for a woman to seduce a man and it's hard for a man to seduce a woman. Or they're going to say it's equally easy for both of them. And the reason why they're going to say that is because women only see the top 5% of men, for which seduction is easy. And the reason it's easy is because he's such a winner that all the women are competing over him. And because they're competing over him, he has social proof, right? He has the proof that multiple women are interested in him. And so he's more competitive by design. And so he doesn't really have to work that hard to be seductive. Like Drake, for example, or some other, some famous rapper. They don't have to do anything to get laid. And that's the reason, because they're already an apex man. So it's easy for them to seduce a girl. But even for a rock star, even for like Drake, let's say, he has been rejected before. And that's because seduction is a joke for women. In fact, women don't need any seduction skills at all. They just need to literally take a shower and go out in public. And that's enough. Whereas for men, it's a very learned and practiced skill set and requires a lot of effort in order to be good. And you also need money and to be competitive in multiple different areas in order for a man to be very good at seducing women. So it's a joke how easy it is for women compared to men. It's very hard for men.
A woman to seduce a man.
Does that make it...
What? Did they just say it's harder for a woman to seduce a man? No, that's a lie. What? How could they possibly think? Okay, here is a difficulty for women. Not seduction. Seduction is easy. What's hard for a woman is locking down a man. A top 5% man is extremely difficult to lock down. And if she's saying, if by seduction she means attaining a relationship with a man of high value, who she considers to be high value, yes, that is absolutely true. It is difficult. And in fact, I would say it's more difficult for a woman to lock down a high value man. I'd say it's harder for her to gain a relationship, a long-term relationship with a high value man, monogamous, than it is for a high-value man to seduce women. That is true. But in that case, we're talking about two different things. If we're talking about bedroom fun, for women it's a joke. It's extremely easy. And for men, it's very hard.
Does that mean it's easier for women to cheat? I mean, if it's easier for a woman to seduce a man...
It says, I think it's for both. It's easy for both.
Indeed. As I said... It's very easy for any woman to cheat. A woman could go on Tinder and within 20 minutes she could be sleeping with a different guy. She could be sleeping with a guy. Whereas for men, she's right. The top 5% of men, it's very easy for them to cheat. But only them. Only the men that women see are the ones that it's easy for them to cheat on women. Only them. The rest of men is very, very hard, and in fact, the pickings are scarce.
Well, right, but I'm saying for a guy to seduce a woman, he's got to, like, really, really work hard because, you know what I mean? He's got to earn it. He's got to, for a woman, she just has to go into a room, take her clothes off, and she's going to... Yeah. I'm not saying she's more likely to cheat, but it is easier for her to cheat, though, if she wants to. I think.
Yeah.
What do you think? I don't know. What's your opinion?
Depends.
Okay. What...
Depends. So they won't admit the truth. Actually, the interviewer messed up in the question. He should have just asked the question and let them answer in order to get the elicited response. If you ever call out a woman directly like that, she's going to deny, right? She's going to deny to the high heavens. So it's not going to work. Okay, let's see this next point. Oh, I finally remembered. Please, if you agree or disagree with any of my points, remember to comment. That's what the comment section is for. All right, let's continue.
What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I really like compliments about my personality, though.
So here's the thing. Actually, what's funny is this comes from the 2000s, right? The pickup artists of the 2000s. What they said is you should never compliment a girl on her appearance, because she's heard it so many times it's worthless. You should compliment her, if you're going to, on something other than her looks, right? So this girl's saying that she loves to be complimented on her personality or whatever. She loves getting validation, and in fact, most women love getting validation, and that's why social media is so popular. And in fact, it's why women's egos are so high, because so many men are willing to validate women on social media. So there you go.
Okay.
When people make more like genuine remarks.
All right, here's an interesting one. Do you think a woman's dating options increase or decrease with age?
Uh-oh! Okay, are you ready for the cope, guys? So, this is a gigantic difference between men and women, okay? Here's how it goes. Women are maximally attractive in the rock star phase, age 18 to 23. Past the age of 18 to 23, their attractiveness slowly declines until age 28 to 30, where it sharply declines into this thing called the wall. Past the wall, women are not really attractive to men at all, and it's just slim pickings, and they say stuff like, where have all the good men gone? So their options do not increase with time, they decrease. They decrease precipitously, and especially, this is especially true, if the woman wants a high value man in her eyes, like a Chad. The chances of her getting a Chad are maximum at age 18 to 23, and they lower with time. This is contrasted with men. But okay, caveat. A man's options only increase if he works on himself. If a man works from the age of 18 to 30 or on, works on his body to make sure that he's highly physically fit, works on his finances to make sure that he's financially successful, and works on his seduction abilities, a man will be much, much astronomically more successful at 30 years old than at 18, for example. And in fact, a man can even get even better with age. So at the age of 40, he could be much better than when he was 20, for example, or even at 50. If a man keeps building value, whereas a woman at 50 is practically invisible. In fact, the irony is that a woman at 50 is about as invisible as the bottom 95% of men are to the average woman. All right.
They increase.
You see, I predicted what she would say. Right, so women that say this are coping, right? Like, no, your options do not increase. And especially the good options, they decrease precipitously. But they're like, women's, the way they go is they're solipsistic, right? So because women are solipsistic, they believe that everything is the same between men and women, right? They believe that what they believe is what men believe. And so they see that men's options go up as men age, so they assume that as women age, it's the same. But it's not. That's actually a womanist propaganda to believe that a woman's options increase as she ages. No, they decrease. And this is why a woman is best served by being prudent, by being wise. Because a woman who's not wise and wastes her most competitive years, she's going to be miserable in the future. Again, if you agree or disagree with any of my comments, please That's what the comment section is for. Go ahead and comment. On we go.
You think they increase, really?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Because you tend to have a lot of younger guys, try to...
You tend to have younger guys going for you. Well, actually, it is true. Like, what happens is men who are valueless or low value, what they'll do is they'll think any girl will do, and they'll go for older women, right? But these are not the men that women desire. So it's funny. It's almost like they're talking about men, right? As a man gets older, I'm sure you've heard the expression, every day another woman turns 18, right? So the point is, there's always options at the young age ranges, and they keep being made every day. And a man ages like wine, so women don't age like wine, so it's ridiculous to say stuff like this. Okay, let's move on here.
Try to get at you and stuff.
Well, right, but at the same time, if men typically judge women based on their looks, aren't women, usually in their prime, from like 18 to 30? I mean, you don't really see supermodels that are in their 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of guys, women tend to get a lot more attention when they're young. Isn't that true?
Well, no.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Again, this is solipsism, right? Women see that older men are still getting attention, and so they assume that older women also get the attention. It's only when the wall hits that they realize that, oh no, I wasted my time. It's over, right? And the sad part is that there is no coming back. After the wall, women's options are so limited that she's very unlikely to ever be happy, because she can't get a guy that she actually wants, so she's forced to settle. But by being forced to settle, I mean in her eyes, because of course these men are actually valuable, good men. But if in her eyes she's forced to settle, she'll always be miserable, and then she ends up alone with cats after the divorce, the inevitable divorce. This is why women need to be prudent at this age that this guy is interviewing the man, because if they're not, they will waste their life on worthless endeavors, basically.
Okay,
so... It's all in the personality.
Well, no, I mean, I...
That's not true. It's not true for men or for women. That's what's it called? This is her trying to look good on camera, but no, that's a lie. Attraction is not solely based on personality, neither for men nor for women. And it's disingenuous to say that it's only based on personality. Women get less attractive with age, and so do men who don't work on themselves. If a man is fat at 40, it doesn't matter if he has money, unless he's like a multi-millionaire. He's not going to attract women at all. You need to be physically fit, you need to be well-dressed, and it's absurd to say such a thing.
I get personality is a factor and stuff, but at the same time, when you look at like strippers and stuff, right? Guys are like always lusting after young, gorgeous women, in their prime, and then when women start getting into their like 50s and 60s, they don't get as much attention. You don't think that's true?
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
So if that is true, what I don't understand is, why is it often that a woman will increase her standards as her options decrease?
I actually have an answer for this, and I'll answer this before they do. Here's why. There is a concept called the amalgam, okay? So, as a woman accrues sexual partners, every new partner has to beat the previous partner. But here's the problem. As the woman accrues more and more partners, the positive traits that any subsequent partner has to have gets progressively higher and higher. So, for example, first guy she dates, he plays basketball, okay? So he's athletic. The second guy she dates, he has to be athletic and have something else. So she can justify to herself why she's with the new guy and not with the old guy. Okay, now the third guy she's with has to be athletic, have a good job, and also have something else, like be good in bed or whatever. Then the next guy has to be athletic, good in bed, have a good career, and whatever. And eventually, you get so many partners that it's impossible for any future partner to compete with all of these past men's best qualities. And so the amalgam is impossible to beat. An amalgam is a fusion, right? So the fusion of all the best qualities of all her previous partners eventually becomes impossible to beat. And so the woman's standards get higher because in her mind, the new man has to beat all the previous men. But she's getting older, so it literally goes against a woman's very nature to have multiple partners, because she literally is the instrument of her own misery in doing so. Again, if you agree or disagree with my comments, please leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for.
Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Decrease.
Decrease. Okay. So then why do you think that so many women will often raise their standards when their options decrease?
Let's see what he says.
Because they're stupid.
That's not why. It's not because they're dumb. No. That's not why. It's because of the amalgam. It's not because they're dumb. Entitlement, yes. And ignorance, yes. But stupidity, no. I disagree. I don't think it's because women are stupid. I think that answer is actually stupid and shows a lack of critical thinking. Okay, let's move on.
If you get a compliment from a man or a woman, does it have different meaning to you if it's the exact same compliment?
Yeah.
Why?
A woman's compliment is more valuable than a man's, because a man's compliment is often related to wanting to get laid, whereas a woman's compliment comes out of jealousy and basically inter-woman competition is a big thing. So, all right, let's go on to the Reddit post here. 1 second, as I click in a weird spot. Okay, here, let's find a good comment. No, I don't want this. Okay, all right. This is going to be a lengthy post. Perfect. Oh God. Okay, no. Let's have a shorter post. Jesus. No. What? Oh no! No! Oh no! Here we go. I, 24 female, am grossed out every time my BF, 28 male, initiates bedroom fun. My boyfriend and I are an overall pretty solid couple. Beta male. We live together and have been together for over 2.5 years. When we first started dating, we had a robust bedroom fun life. We had bedroom fun every day, and often on weekends we'd have bedroom fun multiple times per day. All he had to do was touch my inner thigh and it was on. But as every normal couple happens, over time our bedroom fun life has decreased. Uh-oh. So here's the deal, okay, guys. Many modern women, especially in 2022 dating, if you give them everything, if you have them move in with you, if you start doing stuff, everything for them, if you start to capitulate to the demands, if you start to do everything they want, if you make it easy, what happens is you start to become disdained. You start to become hated. And as you become hated, she starts to pull away. And here it is. Now, every time my boyfriend tries to initiate bedroom fun, I feel so awkward and uncomfortable. Once we begin having bedroom fun, I'm fine and it feels good and enjoy it. It's just during the initiation. I don't know what happened that caused that. Maybe it's the fact that it's because our bedroom fun had become so routine, I can predict exactly what my boyfriend will do to initiate. Maybe it's because my libido tanked during COVID. Or maybe it's something else entirely. The problem is without someone initiating, we won't have bedroom fun. I need to get over this awkwardness, but I have no idea how. So here's the problem, man. The problem is that this girl is probably with a guy she considers to be inferior. Or he used to be superior, but over time he got nickel and dimed. He got basically Black Widow spidered, and now he's just a useful beta tool. He's basically a butler, and now the girl is going to start looking for an actual an alpha male to sleep with. So now she has the resources secured, and she's going to go get the best genes she can. Okay, let's see some of the comments here. Okay. Sometimes it's awkward, especially where you aren't in the mood. Try and fantasize some scenarios in your head and how you'd like him to initiate. Okay, some BS. You're not alone. I have this feeling as well sometimes, and it can be difficult to feel, some kind of way. My advice would be to try to focus on him, stop predicting his moves on you, and focus on how you can make him feel good. Although you're not, okay. Anyway, basically, these girls are just agreeing that they also feel the same sort of thing. So, guys. Again, this is the reason why so many men are walking away. There's no appreciation, right? Like, the guy can be in a relationship. He can be doing things for the girl. He can be, giving her more and more things. Nice dinners, paying for the rent, paying for the food, whatever. And then she starts to feel grossed out by him and even cheats. This sort of thing is just egregious, in my opinion. It's ridiculous. All right. Anyway, I think we're going to end the video here. So please remember, if you like or dislike what I'm talking about, you can comment. And if you're liking the videos, if you're enjoying my channel, you're new here, please remember to hit the subscribe button and hit all for notifications. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.